Thank you, everyone, for coming. We welcome you to the Computer Science Master's and PhD Commencement Ceremony. Thank you for joining us. My name is Maron Sahami, and I'm the chair of the Computer Science Department here at Stanford. Thank you. We're honored to celebrate this special occasion with our graduates, along with their family and friends. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Before we begin, we'd like to share that we as a university recognize and value the rights of individuals to express their views and celebrate their accomplishments, which is why today we do not permit the disruption of today's events. Our goal today is to create a respectful environment as we recognize the hard work and achievements of our graduates. To maintain a safe and respectful ceremony, any individual who disrupts the event will receive a warning, and if the warning is not respected, we'll ask you to leave. Thank you for making this ceremony work for all of us. Now, to our guests, family and friends of the graduates, thank you for joining us for celebrating the accomplishments of your daughters, your sons, your brothers, your sisters, your nieces, your nephews, your grandchildren, and your second cousins twice removed. While I have a tendency to joke, I know in all seriousness that your love and support are critical to the graduates being here today, and we appreciate having you all helping the graduates get to this place. Commencement is such an important milestone for many reasons. The students are happy because they get their degrees. The parents are happy because they get to see their children graduate, and some of them can stop paying tuition. The faculty are happy. Yeah, parents, you can applaud yourself for that one. I have a child in college. He hasn't graduated yet. I can totally understand. The faculty are happy because they get to go away for the summer. The staff are happy because the faculty go away for the summer. And I'm happy because I get to reuse my graduation jokes. So if there's any co-terms among you who've heard some of these jokes before, know that the only reason I tell them again is because I love you, and the jokes are really timeless. But seriously, to the graduates today, we take great pride in celebrating your accomplishments and your graduation from Stanford. And we're delighted that today we'll be awarding your diplomas. In fact, we'll be awarding nearly 700 degrees in computer science today. That includes 260 bachelor's degrees, which will be given at a ceremony later this afternoon, 363 master's degrees, and 63 PhDs. Now, unfortunately, unlike the videos for your classes, you can't watch this at 2x speed or just jump ahead to the part where you get your diploma, because we want to recognize how much hard work you've actually done. And you've done a lot for the past X years, where for the master's students, X is usually 1 or 2, and for the PhD students, it's not important right now. The important thing is that you made it. So congratulations on getting here. For many of you, you've weathered many changes during the past few years. The breakneck speed of technological innovation and change, changes in the economic landscape, and recent tumultuous world events. It's been a challenging few years, but through it you've shown the determination and resilience which has gotten you here now. Let's face it, the landscape of computing looked pretty different just a few years ago. ChatGPT was only released in the fall of 2022, and in a few short years, we've seen significant changes in how computing has impacted many sectors of the economy and profoundly changed both the practice and economic landscape of what it means to be a computer scientist, sometimes for the better and sometimes for the worse. On a broad level, it's hard to overestimate the profound impact of computing in almost every aspect of our lives. Social networks that keep us in touch with family and friends, and sometimes leave us doom-scrolling that makes it possible to have a meeting while still wearing your pajama pants, but also makes it difficult to disengage from the demands of work or school. Video streaming that shows us cute cat videos, the latest dance crazes, and is also a platform for misinformation to stoke our rage and foment division. The devices that keep us connected all the time, and we really appreciate that, even sometimes when it takes a toll on our mental health or physical well-being. Indeed, the impacts of computing extend far beyond the realm of technology. Advances in algorithmic decision-making now regularly make significant decisions in our lives. They govern things like who gets screened for a job, whether or not a car loan or home mortgage is given, what health care you may be authorized to receive, or even how you may be matched on a potential romantic interest or life partner. As I mentioned earlier, in just the past few years, we've witnessed breathtaking advances in artificial intelligence, with large language models that can now write convincing essays, generate poetry, and certainly write code. In fact, visual generation models now challenge our notions of, quote, seeing is believing, creating new opportunities for art and creativity, and at the same time for the creation of disinformation. And armies of agents can now do our bidding, doing everything from managing our calendars and scheduling ride shares for us to writing code for entire applications. In fact, a recent report by Goldman Sachs on the effect of AI on economic growth suggests that globally, generative AI could expose the equivalent of 300 million full-time jobs to automation. It also reports that nearly 100% of jobs in computing will use AI as a tool for augmentation. I'm sure that's no surprise to any of you, as many of you probably already use tools like Cursor, Copilot, or Claude Code to help you write your code. This will only increase in the future. Indeed, you live in interesting times. But it's important to remember that ultimately the impacts of technology are the results of human decision-making. Imagine you're working in a software development organization and AI has now made your development team 25% more productive. What do? Do you choose to harness that increase in productivity by building 25% more products or features, or do you reduce your workforce by 25%? These are human decisions to make, decisions you might find yourself making in the near future. In fact, it's even been suggested that we should stop teaching people how to code, because in the future it'll all be done by AI. But I think that assessment misses the true power of understanding results in generating code, that's for sure. And I believe the people who know how to code will actually be more effective at using these tools in the future to build software. But AI won't replace the human intention in answering the more fundamental question, what problems are worth solving? You see, learning to program isn't just about producing code. It's about learning how to solve problems, using notions like decomposition to break big problems down into smaller pieces, and abstraction to determine how to address problems at different levels. To be clear, programming is really a way of thinking to help you take on bigger and more meaningful challenges. That's part of the power of an education in computing. And more broadly, understanding what problems are really worth solving because they lead to an improvement in the human condition is not just about an education in computing, but an education in what it means to be human. With that said, perhaps it's somewhat ironic that when I asked ChatGPT to generate a commencement address for a computer science graduation, it wrote, and I quote, "But amidst the rapid technological advancements, never forget the human element. Technology should not distance us from our fellow human beings. It should bring us closer together. As you embark on your journey, remember that behind every line of code, there is a person with dreams, hopes, and aspirations." You can't make this stuff up. Empathy and understanding will make you not just exceptional computer scientists, but exceptional human beings as well. Congratulations, class of bracket year bracket. As we celebrate our achievements today, let us look forward to a future filled with endless possibilities. Now, don't worry, none of the rest of the speech came from ChatGPT, though I have to admit I was tempted. But I have to say that what it produced, even in those brief paragraphs that I read you, wasn't wrong. There's no doubt that information technology will continue to impact our lives and those of billions of people around the world. That creates tremendous responsibility for the people who wield power in developing that technology. Those people include you. Those technologies will determine what information and media people have available to consume, which will shape their education and their way of thinking. It will determine what information, such as medical records, personal history, or physical location, others can obtain about them. It will determine how they will form, conduct, and maintain their social interactions, and maybe even help them find a life mate. Anyone still remember the Stanford Marriage Pact? Indeed, technology's impact is pervasive in ways we don't even fully understand. And if there's any question of that, you only need to take a stroll through Silicon Valley to find people writing heartfelt letters to their friends and loved ones with the aid of large language models, robots serving coffee, people conducting business in virtual worlds, or see children at the local preschool who can't manipulate a mouse or know how to use a keyboard, but through advances in touchscreen technology and better user interface design are learning about topics previously unimaginable at that age. The science fiction writer Arthur C. Clarke once wrote that any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. And by that token, you're all modern-day wizards. That might explain the black robes that we're wearing in the California heat. You came to Stanford to enrich your education, and you leave with the ability to do magic. The real question is, what will you use your magic to do? When I consider the admissions process at Stanford, I like to think of it not as only trying to admit students with high GPAs and impressive resumes, but rather as having the goal of finding the brightest and most motivated people they possibly can and enable them to further their education, to tackle the challenges of our time, to use their skills to change this world for the better. And let's be real. Your time at Stanford has been marked by all sorts of opportunities and challenges, accolades, and controversies. Let me give you one example of the contrasts. In the past decade, Stanford faculty have won 4 Turing Awards. That's the Nobel Prize of Computer Science, for amazing work that they've done in areas like computer architecture, graphics, cryptography, algorithms, and the dissemination of these ideas through textbooks and other works. And at the same time, we watched the university president resign after allegations of research misconduct. On display at the highest levels are the differences that result from the choices that we make. Remember that the true measure of your character is not determined by whether you succeed or fail, but rather by the values you reflect in the choices that you make in the face of that success or failure. Do you decide to do what's easy or what's right? Do you choose to do what's just profitable or what's profitably just? These are the real questions you need to answer. I mean, you probably don't want to be the subject of Theo Baker's next book. One of my personal heroes, Mahatma Gandhi, once said, "Be the change you wish to see in the world." He said that not living in a time immersed in computing technology. But I'd like to think that if you were here today, knowing the skills that you have, he would tell you to build the change you wish to see in the world. We too often hear the headlines about billion-dollar investments in companies. What we don't hear about so much is how small groups of people can have a real beneficial impact in the world by leveraging computing as a tool in service to others. Never underestimate the ways in which you can have a real, meaningful impact in the world with your talents. While Stanford alumni have for many years had deep impact in advancing the state of computing and its applications to improve the world, you should always remember that progress is not something that should be taken for granted. It's not guaranteed to happen. It's not something that should be relegated to others to do. Progress only happens because dedicated individuals like you choose to tackle the challenges that lie before them with the goal of improving the human condition. When I look at all of you here assembled today, I'm happy and I'm hopeful because I know you have the talent, the passion, and the creativity to change the world for the better. The advances in information technology that you create will drive the world that today's children will grow up in. Don't forget that. In the past few years, you've been our students, our mentees, and our friends. We now add a new designation to that list. You become alumni of the Computer Science Department at Stanford University. Although today you graduate and take another step in what I'm sure will be successful careers, just remember that you'll always be part of the Stanford family in this department. Make sure to come back, say hi, and let us know what you're up to while you're out there changing the world. So now and in the days ahead, when you reflect upon your time here, the things you learned, the insights you gained, and the friendships that you formed, I'll leave you with one final thought. It comes not from a head of state or an academic, but rather from the writer of children's books, Dr. Seuss. Who said, "Don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened." Graduates of the class of 2026, congratulations, thank you for being here, and good luck. Before we get to your favorite part, the awarding of the diplomas, we do actually have another favorite part for us, which is the giving of some awards to some of the students that are assembled here. All ready? All right. We're honored to recognize graduate students whose exceptional contributions to research, teaching, and service have strengthened both the computer science department and the broader Stanford community. As awards are announced, we invite recipients to please stand so we may acknowledge and celebrate your achievements. As we begin our awards recognition, we're proud to honor Jun Sung Park. Recipient of the Arthur Samuel Best PhD Thesis Award. This prestigious award recognizes an exceptional doctoral dissertation that has made a significant contribution to the field of computer science. Jun's thesis introduces generative agents, AI agent simulations of human behavior. His agent architecture, which includes memory, reflection, and planning, enabled simulated worlds demonstrating accurate individual and emergent human behavior. His work is now famous worldwide and actually used at a number of Fortune 500 organizations. Congratulations, Jun. Next, we're pleased to recognize Xinjin Coco Zhu as this year's recipient of the Christopher Stevenson Memorial Award for Graduate Research. Their award-winning paper explores automated agenda generation for article-centered online discussions. Using an online article and its associated comments, the research investigates how to generate a concise discussion agenda that can effectively guide and structure a meaningful downstream deliberation. Congratulations. Each year, the Computer Science Department presents the George E. Forsyth Memorial Award for Excellence in Student Teaching to a student or students who have demonstrated extraordinary dedication to teaching and student learning. This year, the award goes to Isabel Michelle and Keely Podison. To tell you a little about them, over the past 3 years, Isabel has been an exceptional course assistant and summer instructor of record for CS 109, the probability class. They have supported the course across 10 quarters, serving as head TA or co-head TA for 6 of them, and have become an invaluable leader within the CS 109 community. Through their dedication, leadership, and unwavering commitment to student success, they've made a lasting impact on the course, their fellow teaching staff, and the many students they've mentored and supported. Keely, as head TA of CS 144, Networking, in winter and fall 2025, demonstrated exceptional leadership, organization, and commitment to student success. They played an instrumental role in developing exams, leading review sessions, and overseeing the grading of hundreds of weekly assignments, ensuring students receive timely and meaningful feedback throughout the quarter. Through their dedication, attention to detail, and ability to support both students and staff, Keeley made a lasting and meaningful impact on the CS 144 community. Congratulations to you both, Isabel and Keeley. We would also like to recognize Anushri Agarwal, Yasmin Alonzo, Kate Baker, Jessica Chudnovsky, Eban Ebsa, Matthew Sotude, and Aditra Shriram as recipients of the Centennial Teaching Award. This award, presented by the School of Engineering, honors outstanding teaching assistants for their dedication and tremendous service in delivering excellent classroom instruction at Stanford. Congratulations to you all on this well-deserved honor. Finally, we're delighted to present our Student Services Awards. These awards recognize students whose service, leadership, and commitment have strengthened our department and community. If your name is called, please stand. Swapnil Gandhi, Jehao Lee, and Omar Sheikh. All three played an instrumental role in making this year's PhD Admit Weekend a success. Their tireless efforts in planning and executing PhD Admit Weekend events were instrumental to the program's success. Meeting weekly with staff from January through March, they helped coordinate all student-led programming and served as student co-chairs for the event. In this role, they recruited fellow students to lead activities and connect with admitted students throughout the weekend. Their leadership, enthusiasm, and dedication fostered a while providing invaluable support to the CS graduate admissions team. We're deeply grateful for your commitment to recruiting and welcoming the future members of our 2026 PhD class. Congratulations. And now we're ready to award some degrees. When your name is called for the PhD students, we'll ask you to come up here, be hooded by your advisor, and then we'll give you your diploma and take a picture.
Nick Mosier, advisor Carolyn Triple, hooded by his advisor. Andy Bartolo, advisor Subhash Mitra, hooded by his advisor. Joao Arajo, hooded by his advisor Karen Liu. Albert Wu, advisor Karen Liu, hooded by his advisor. Porvi Goyal, advisors Karen Liu and Kayvon Fatalian, hooded by his two advisors. Christopher. Jaman Lee, advisor Karen Liu and Jia-Jun Wu, hooded by her two advisors. Hao Chen Shi, advisors Shurong Song and Karen Liu, hooded by Karen Liu. Sophia DiToro Witzner, advisors Sean Fulmer and Karen Liu, hooded by Karen Liu. Kimberly Christine Ruth, hooded by advisor Zakir Derumerich. Christopher Aguia, hooded by advisor Jeanette Bogue and co-advisor Marco Pavone, who's not here. Simran Arora, hooded by advisor Christopher Ray. Annie Chen, hooded by advisor Chelsea Finn. Mei Yi Chen, hooded by advisor Christopher Ray. Samuel Clark, hooded by advisor Jia-Jun Wu. Yuhan Dong, hooded by advisor Keith Winstein. Cristobal Isagire, hooded by advisor Jia-Jun Wu and also co-advised by Juan Carlos Nibles. Sabri Iyuboglu, advised by Christopher Ray and James Zoll. Chow Fei Fan, hooded by advisors Jamie Henderson and Chris Manning. Zipeng Fu, hooded by advisor Chelsea Finn. Kanishk Gandhi, hooded by advisor Noah Goodman, hooded by Dan Bonet. Jem Gokman, hooded by advisor Fei Lee. Jennifer Eileen Granon, hooded by advisor Dorsa Sadig. Neil Guha, hooded by advisor Christopher Ray. Sanket Guptai, hooded by advisor Serena Young Levy and also advised by Anshul Kondaje. Nava Hahigi, advised by James Landay, hooded by James Landay. Donald Hedgna, advised by Dorsa Sadig, hooded by his advisor. Joy Shu, hooded by advisor Jia Jun Wu. Keishin Huang, hooded by advisor Yuri Leskovich. Sarah Nicole Jobalia. Advisor Ron Fedque, hooded by Dan Bonet. Matthew Yorke, hooded by his advisors James Landay and Emma Brunskill. Minji Kong, advisors Aaron Newman and Anshul Kondaje, hooded by Aaron Newman. Zhengfei Huang, advisors Gordon Wetstein and Ron Fedque, hooded by Dan Bonet. Michelle Lamb, advisors Michael Bernstein and James Landay, hooded by our co-advisors. Wei Shin Leong, advisors James Zhou and Anshul Kondaje. His advisor Anshul Kondaje will do the hooding. Ollie Malik, advisor Chris Peach. His advisor will hood him. Xiao Mao, advisor Aviad Rubenstein. His advisor will hood him. Ashwarya Mandyam, advisors Barbara Engelhardt and Emma Brunskill. Emma Brunskill will do the hooding. Aaron Mishkin, advisors Mert Palanchi and Balaji Prabhakar. Dan Bonet will hood. Avanika Nararian, advisors Christopher Ray and John Hennessy. Christopher Ray will do the hooding. Anushri Pampare, advisor Anshul Kondaje will do the hooding. Aman Patel, Advisor Anshul Kundaje to hood. Neil Perry, Advisor Dan Bonet to hood. Prasanna Ramakrishnan, Advisors Moses Charakar and Lee Yang Tan, the one and only Don Knuth to do the hooding. Sundara Rajan Reganathan, Advisors Nick McEwen and Sachin Kati to do the hooding. Mohammed Rogani, Advisors Aviad Rubenstein and Amin Saberi, Aviad Rubenstein to hood. Roshni Sahu, Advisors Stefan Wagner and Greg Valiant, Stefan Wagner to hood. Vishnu Sarukai, Advisor Kevan Fatahalian to hood. Sina Semnanhi, Advisor Monica Lamb, Professor Lamb to hood. Judy Hanwen Shen, Advisor Omar Reingold, Professor Reingold to hood. Priya and Dorsa Sadeg, co-advisors both to hood. Kyle Swanson, Advisors James Zoe and Anshul Kundaje, Professor Kundaje to hood. Stephen Tien, Advisor Jiajun Wu, Professor Wu to hood. Maya Verma, Advisors Kurt Langlotz, Akshay Chaudhary, and Sanmi Koheho. Professor Langlotz and Chaudhary to Hood. On Jiang Wei, Advisor Alex Aiken, Professor Aiken to Hood. Yijia Wang, Advisor Leonidas Guibas, Hooder Professor Jeanette Bogue. Hosea David Wong, Advisors Fei Lee and Monroe Kennedy, Professor Lee to Hood. Zheng Xuan Wu, Hood. Min Kai Shu, Advisors Stefana Urman and Ure Leskovich. Professor Leskovich will Hood. Rohan Yadav, Professors Alex Aiken and Frederick Kolstad are advisors, and they will co-hood. Koven Yu, advised by Professor Jia-Chun Wu, Professor Wu will Hood. Mert Yuksekunol, advised by Professor James Zhou and Carlos Gestrin. Professor Gestrin will Hood. Yu Hui Zhang, advised by Professor Serena Young-Levy and Ludwig Schmidt. Professor Young-Levy to Hood. Jack Zhou, advised by Professor Adam Boulan. Congratulations to the PhD awardees. And apologies to the families and students of any names I mangled. Better than an AI off by one buck.
Raise right. Now we have the Masters of Computer Science, Halimo Noche. Daniel Marcelo Motesi. Chloe de Murdoch. Luca Thomas Wheeler. Hamed Hekmat. Elizabeth Sinyavin. Sam K. Wanson. Derek N. Askaryar. There's no name. Graham Gunderson Griffin. Anna Luna Fisher Lopez. Diego Bustamante. Jolien Alchin. Walter Lopez Chavez. Tenson Soltrim. Audrey Angel Kwan. Taylor Hamilton Hankins. Mahathi Manjapudi. Chuyi Zhang. Phoebe Jane Lin. Andrew Victor Lee. Lahussein Dekolia Toure. Christopher John Indart. Daniel Lee Yang. Yifeng Wang. Vidash Malhotra. Min Shik O. Bradley Moon. Isaiah Flores. Lucy Zimmerman. Evelyn Wajun Yi. Javokir Arifov. Joshua Adam Rizzo. Nesib Mohidin Fares. Ethan Bogle.
Natalie Carey Wang. Bryce Gabriel Goldman. Jennifer Pauline Ho. Dennis Liu. Victor Lee. Komai Ryu. James Ashton Vera. Kaylee Melanie Dottie. Pierre R. Labroche. Nikhil R. Liles. Tim Nicholas Reinhardt. Eric Angelo Ramirez. Anarushi Agarwal. Jessica Chudanovsky. Mohammed Usman Tariq. Manav Shah. Siddharsan Sundar. Brian Yikang Wu. Salman Abdullah. Krish Chawla. Daya Sabarwal. Karan Singh Soin. Nicholas John Reedman. Angela Liu. Jinghan Hu. Megan Jha. Eric Chen. Akash Mishra. Yasmina Anas Abukadra. Jingshuan Chen. Deanna Owens. Gabrielle Lynn Polite. Justin Anthony Hall. Lure Drake Bantanyan Valsote.
Corey Sifeng Young. Simon Remy Camacho. Taehoon Young. George Dungeon Song. Marsh Connor Douglas Wong. Weiran Chu. Tianyi Chen. Fang Yun Zhong. Zhenju Zhang. Viraj Juum. Donald Brooks Raymond. Keely John Podosin. Catherine Elizabeth Stanton Baker. Jasmine. Jacob Tristan Roberts Bacall. Giro Walter. Benjamin Gonzalez Maldonado. Nak Thi Hong Win. Diego Emilio Padilla. Xijin Wu. Jared Weisberg. Harshvardhan Agarwal. Silky Singh. Sisipan Sholsapant. Alfred Yu. Jason Chen Lin. Rosemary Mingru Jiang. Georgios Mikos. Quinn Nu Pham. Ricardo Javier Rios. Eric Martz. Or Sohar. Avery Graham Voss. Erin Sequeira. Julia Biswas. Lopez Aveiden Cecilia Lopez.
Nomin Erdene Bayarashkinan. Emily Macias. Candy Ying Hao Tang. Michael Cho. Kai Mina Ming Tu. Catherine Nella Dektar. Seyan DeVoe. Hongyu Lee. Rinara Sangpisit. Iradawi Sawar Onbat. Anika Kauro Alturi. Ryun Kar Omanchi. Rajashri Reddy. Yes. Divya Vitakaden. Alex Hazai. Augusto Tanti. Kenneth Wurigang Ma. Matthew Borg Himlau. Karina Chen. Emma Su. Yu Ting Peng. Basant Khalil. Devan Thomas Johnson Smith. Lillian Annabelle Bailey. Alexander Coulter Hanasco. Olivia Bear Bruvik. Nicole Cortez. Naomi Bonet. Naima U. Patel. Emily Ting Deng. Joseph Jun Tuk Tay. Leanne Amarichi Ozamalam. Joshua Alexander Bowden. Vaishnav Garodia.
Nicholas Renoza. Kevin Song. Renee Darte White. My apologies. Leith Ramez Tubasi. Anthony Chu. Ishan Sanjay Kari. Aditya Badlani. Vikram Srinivasan. Anavi Badapudi. Emma S. Wong. Hengyu Leon. William Richard Alex Furlow. Belinda Young. Cristel Milos Lopez. Nevin George. Arnav Singhvi. Ali Sartaz Khan. William Charles Rose. Devanshu Ladsaria. Arjun Jain. Siddhartha Krishan Wali. Serene Kaur Heer. Sang Andrea Jiwoo Nam. Medj Nazra. Yusuf M. Abrahassam. Shu Yang Damien Ho. Laszlo Balaki. Maltha Louis Mosgard Wiesdorf. Daniel Shen. Wen Bo Lee. Karthik Damarajan.
And Nicholas Rian Meckelberg. Yuaxuan Bao. Patrick Leonardo Jovel. Peter Jason Benestes. Fabio Ibanez. Winnie Chen. Shonak Ray. Kathy Liu. Vivian Shang. Daniel Shin. Anna Ashley Nguyen. Claire Tang. Trong Min Quanch. Andres Felipe Restrepo. Lucas Emmanuel Brennan Almareras. Ryan Patrick Cthulhu. Kieran Javier Barrett. Ingrid Elsa Nordberg. Ari Barbella. Rachel Yufei Liu. Mehmet Hamza Arol. Michael James Nixon. Naomi Solomon. Elizabeth A. Holm. Brian Perkins. Rui Hung Lee. Joseph Abraham. Brandon Min Pham Bui. Ellie Thomas Vandlas. Ruby Hernandez. Shoyu Wang. Yenho Hu. Victoria Wu. Annika Foluria. Nicole Garcia. Evelyn Hur.
Angela Roping Mao. Natakit Tangkong Chamsul. Susan Lee. Isabel Sia. Elizabeth Michelle Gallagher. Poonam Sahu. Daphne Leo. Ashna Ketan. Anshika Agarwal. Chloe Yuri Jion. William Hu. Christopher Chow. Ethan Michael Bliss. Lillian Wang. Michelle Pan. Shiny Wang. Malika Parulekar. Waishin Yu. Shuo Hua. Chloe Trujillo. Janina Eve Tropper. La Fuente Adrian Gamara. Andrew James Bempong. Avi Udash. Alisha Nanda. Ryan Jared Southward. Tia S. Jerry. Hannah Levin. Yutong Zhang. Hannah Cha. Animesh Jha.
Rahul Chand. Arpandeep Katua. Mark A. Marquez. Diana Chin. Andrew Thinluckley. Harviel Kyle Arcia Arcia. Colette Bao Chuan Do. Pranchu Chaturvedi. Xiang Li. Pinlin Shu. Daniel Stephen Schreck. Kim Deep No. Feiyang Ju. Shutong Zhang. Jiliang Li. Joseph Dehoney. Neha Baramurugan. Advait Deepak. Shreyas Agarwal. Ramgopal Venkatasaran. Jeffrey Kyrie Meng. Andy Ouyang. David Fuzay Smith. Annie Giselle Vialta. Mei Hong. Samantha Malawane Leventis. Venkata Palaparti. Akhilesh Varadan Palasingam. Akil Vias. Anthony Jan. Chiwanchu Chen. Yuchin Kena Zong. Andrew Chung, Andrew Wuyong.
Ryan Mintree Lee. Aniket Mahashan. Ayush Agarwal. Riddhi Sig. Ryan Esteban Liu. Svetha Yageswaran. Zecheng Huang. Keenan Yeah. Fengyu Li. Yufan Wang. Kihan Lee. Juyi Kawang. Zushin Shu. Mengzi Xia. Surui Chen. Andy Shu. Zilu Li. Tyler Gayway Lum. Pranava Single. Yash Svid Kankaria. James Cheng. Aditya Sriram. You want to do one more? You.
Sebastian Beckett Fisher. Ron Dubinsky. Justin Mitchell Blumenkrantz. Sarah Ann Lee Shen Tu. Saba Weatherspoon. Hannah Gabriella Clay. Osase Favor Ewelifo. Iban Lemu Ebsa. Nora Asamota. Kelvin Kayu Watitu. Renald Gunter Junkins. Kwame Narco Okran. Charles Zachary Joyner. Yongyi Shen. Shuhui Miao.
Okay.
Shiru Ho. Huang Wook Su. Odysseus Noun. Pacheco Juan Pablo Gonzalez. Hiram Shandilia. Raymond Bruno Obu. Elizabeth Otens. Easton Roy Gabriela. Nishika Paruchuri. Ayush Alak. Wesley Tianaka. Eric Chu. Danny Sanguine Park. Brent Drew. Truck Cody Ho. Devin Feng. Anya Von Dazel. Shreya Payam. Charles Daniel Joseph Hernandez.
Emily Maria Matthew. Adash Saucha.
Can we have one more round of applause for all the graduates, please? Before you go, there's one other group of people I'd like to thank who spent their whole day, both yesterday and today, preparing for this event, which is the staff of the Computer Science Department. If you could thank them. Thank you to all the family, friends, graduates for coming to the ceremony. This concludes our ceremony. There are cookies and photo opportunities by the Grove and Galvez gates. And thank you for joining us for the past few years. We're very proud of you. Take care.